to Team Dragon Squad for that sweep. Very fun.
That was incredible. Each of them finished in an incredible way. Noah Tillis in the house, brought his team.
Our next event, team up right now, Badger Crew.
The Badger Crew is coming up. I've got to assume this is a Combat Submission Wrestling squad coming
That's
up.
right, CSW.
Oh, Javier Garcia. He was just at High Rollers last week, so he's always staying active. You'll see him in the LFA cage, to grappling tournaments, anywhere. He just wants the smoke wherever it is.
We got a mariachi, we got the machete, and Sergio finishing off that threesome. Dig that name.
Now Team Buttersmooth, the Arizona Assassins.
This should be an interesting match. We have Buttersmooth, who, like I said, they have the sole remaining competitor from the Champions last Gym Crashers tournament.
Yes, they do.
But they're going against Badger Crew, which Badger Crew is known more for MMA. They have a lot of fighters, and all of their fighters are tough. They're going to know how to use this cage. So let's see if they try to take advantage of the cage more than the teams so far have.
Yes, it'll definitely be a fun match number 3, sponsored by Love Leaf. Get your premium cannabis from them. Love Leaf. And also, I see my girl AJ Jenkins in there. She trains over at 10th Planet Oceanside, so I'm sure she'll be refereeing for a lot of action coming up here.
Perfect.
And they're deciding on the overtime rules now.
Overtime rules and who's going to go first. So this is where those interesting matchups come in. You might get a bigger opponent with a smaller guy. These two look pretty equal. Mariachi with the cool rash guard.
And mustache.
It looks like he's going to play some music for us. I like that. Make that happen.
Oh, and sitting down. Going for the Eminari roll for the leg right away.
Very aggressive. For a second, it almost looked like combat jiu-jitsu going on. Some
Even
slaps.
on bottom, very aggressive. Like, he sat on his butt early. It is what it is, but you can see once he's gotten tight, he's been attacking from the bottom nonstop. He's not letting Mariachi feel safe on top. It looks like he's halfway to a sweep right now, but you can still you see his right hand hunting that foot right now. He's not actually planning to stay on top. He's looking to get that right knee in and attack that left foot of Mariachi. And it's in, but it's not completely in danger yet. Mariachi knows he's in some danger, and he knows he's in danger. He's trying to hold him tight so he can't get an extension and get complete control of that foot. His heel's almost out, but he's not safe yet. And he ends up getting on top with it because of the footlock attempt. And so this is where the cage comes into play. You see them, they're right on the cage. You can't really pass when the cage is in the way. You can't hip out when you're on bottom when this cage is in the way. Stepping all the way through again, going for the leg.
This seems like much more of a chess match to me. Each position changing, they're changing from top to bottom. They're real methodical.
This is one of the changes that sub only brings into the game is you're not so worried about going for something on top and ending up on bottom and losing 2 points for it or giving your opponents 2 points for it. While you might not always want to be on bottom when you're getting smashed, when you're in a sub-only situation, it allows you just to keep attacking without that worry. I think the more this match goes on, Mariachi should become more and more aware of the leg and foot hunting, and we'll see if he adjusts his game accordingly. Again, this is the same attempt he had before, right into the triangle this time. It's tight now. This is bad. This could be over right now. His shoulder's in. He can still breathe. He's postured, but this is as close to over as it's going to get without the tap. He needs to cut off the shoulder a little bit more. The cage is helping Mariachi right now. He can't get his angle. See, he's using the cage to advantage. This is where if you were on the mat, this could have been over already. But because he turned him in the cage and didn't let him get the angle he needs to tighten up that triangle, now he's switching to the old school squeeze where he's grabbing behind his knees, behind the head, and just pinching his knees together instead of locking up a traditional triangle.
If he gets him up, if Mariachi gets his opponent against the cage, does that help in any way?
And that's what he did earlier. When the triangle looked like it was about to be over and it was tight, he put him up against the cage so he couldn't get his angle out, and he drove his own body into the cage so that shoulder was getting back in and he wasn't choking.
That could be from MMA experience.
More than likely, I'd have to imagine. Like I said, all these Badger Crew guys, they all train to fight, and they're used to using the cage to their advantage and fighting off the cage. Like in this position right here, I have to imagine Mariachi is relatively comfortable, practiced a lot there, but he just got swept and he's on his back now. It's it's another situation where there was a sweep, but the intent is not to get on top. The intent is to take that foot, and it could be over here. He went for the reverse heel hook. Looks like he's switching over the toe hold, and he's taking top position again. Similar to what we saw before, he baits a sweep to get the foot, and when you defend that foot, then he takes that sweep and gets on top. So he makes you defend that foot to give him the sweep instead of just trying to go for the sweep and having to deal with you defending the sweep. See on top, he's riding ankle to ankle and just kicked it for the pass. And he's stepping, you see him, he's stepping for that footlock again. He wants to put that knee in the middle so he could take Mariachi's left leg. See, he's doing it again. You see him putting that left knee in. You see he keeps kind of hunting that ankle when he feels like he's going to sit forward, and he bails when Mariachi pulls his knee in. But you can still see he's leg hunting. Again, right, putting that knee in, back step. Let's back step and take the right knee now. And that's time, so we're going to overtime.
Wow, very smothering pressure from Butter Smooth.
Team Butter Smooth.
We're about to find out which overtime they chose. It looks like wrestling overtime, which I have to imagine this is what Mariachi would want here. At the beginning of the match, we saw a butt flop. He sat on his butt, chose not to wrestle, not to play the game. Maybe he was hiding it, and we'll see. We're going to find out right now.
You're right. That's an interesting way to play it. Not show all your cards at once.
Exactly. You might want to not let everyone know that he's a wrestler, but maybe he's just not the wrestler. We're about to find out. If I'm Mariachi, I'm going to put him up against the cage. I want to play a game that I've practiced more and they've hopefully practiced less. Oh, that's it. Good reaction there, but now they're up against the cage. And they're off it right away. Yeah, I think he should be pressuring him, putting his back on the cage and going to those legs. Let him go for a bad guillotine, turn him, put him on his back, because all you need is two. The match doesn't continue once you clear and you get that too.
The focus in both these guys' eyes right now is so fun to watch.
Almost a bit of head clashing here. Definitely getting aggressive now. He's getting tired of this. There it is. You see, he's trying to get his underhooks, trying to put him in the cage. He's on that single. This could be it. This could be the end right here. He's sitting on a Kimura. He's going to go for the sweep. There's no takedown yet. Someone's got to establish position first. There's no takedown yet. This is up to the ref right here when they decide this is over.
So when he turned that corner and wound up on his back, it wasn't a takedown.
I would call this a takedown right here.
Wow. Match number 3 goes to the wrestling overtime.
And some good counter wrestling to take that match.
Got some blood in Mariachi's eye.
There was when they got
Smooth.
aggressive at the end, there was a bit of head clashing, and I think that's what might have caused it.
Wow.
Yeah, Team Butter Smooth getting it done in overtime. The first match of, I guess, match number 3, sponsored by Love Leaf. Get your cannabis from Love Leaf. Premium quality stuff from that business over there. Hopefully we can
I
get a
dig the name.
Band-Aid for Mariachi on that head clash.
He doesn't need a Band-Aid. He's seen way worse than that.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's just the first match of this team.
He'll lick
tournament,
his wounds and be back in.
Yeah,
No time
Mariachi could be
flat.
back in.
Yes.
Assuming his two teammates both win their matches now.
Now, I believe we have Adrian Nez coming up for Team Butter Smooth.
So we have the sole defending champion from Gym Crashers 2 back in the cage.
That is a fact.
And then sitting down, he doesn't want to wrestle. I'm assuming all
he
right
finishes
away to the
quick.
leg lock. That
He
could
does
be
it
over.
so quick. Yeah,
That was it. When they sit,
He's a technician,
when
man.
they sit in front of you like that and they're going for your feet, you have to get those feet back. Don't play the 50-50 with them. Don't play like, oh, I'll get your foot before you get mine. Just get your feet back, get control, and use your smashing to get through it.
Run for your life when you got
if they
a guy
sit in
that
front
can
of you
do
like
that.
that, you know they're going to go for your legs.
Yes.
It's a given. So get low and don't make it an option. He stood in front of him.
Yes.
It wasn't a sit and a drag into that. It was he stood there, watched what he was doing, and waited to react.
It's unbelievable.
You need
how
to get
quick.
low and get away. When they sit, get low, put them on their back. Don't make the legs an option.
So that's the reigning champ of Gym Crashers last time.
Yes,
He got
two.
it done. Did we just set a record for quickest submission? I think that was pretty quick.
If you know what, I
Definitely
can't
of the
even tell
day.
you because he's done that before. If you watch any tape on Adrian Nez, that's what he does.
So Butter Smooth is already into the next round, and like his previous teammates have done, he's just sitting on his butt, not wanting to wrestle, maybe assuming that all of the Badger Crew guys are better wrestlers and strategically choosing to sit in front of them.
Sure.
Just a heads up, after this round, we're going to be taking it to booth. So just a couple of closing notes, and then we're going to send it to the commercial right after y'all.
Cool.
You can see on bottom Butter Smooth, he's working a couple of different sweeps at the same time now, but solid defense. Is he going to stand up here? He has the opportunity, but he just stays on his butt. He has no interest in wrestling. We'll see how this works out.
Were those sweeps possible without
You
an
see?
underhook?
You see how on this one, he's in a Kimura now, but he kept his legs away.
Got you.
But now this is a bad position to be in.
Everything Team Buttersmooth has done has quite literally been smooth like butter. They're very calm when they do all their attacks.
He's grabbing
fun
his
to
ankle and
watch.
shin here to try and this is what he wanted. He wanted him rolled there.
And that's
So
Richie Miranda, El Machete, fighting an armbar.
it's a bad place to be in. This could be the end of the match right here. See on top, he's being patient. He's not getting overzealous on this arm, over-committing to breaking the grip without controlling the wrist. You see, he still keeps wrist control, so when that grip breaks, he still has control of the whole arm. He has him in a reverse triangle now, too. This, more than likely, if it doesn't end here, the time will run out in this position. This is a dominant position in this reverse triangle with the arm control. It's up to Team Butter Smooth whether they want to let go of this or not. You can see him bottom, trapping his head, but with no arm, there's no triangle on for the bottom guy. And he's going to look for the Kimura. When he puts that left arm in like that, like he tried to get his hands together, that's him giving up the Kimura. So now he's back to Kimura and armbar grip. So now he's more in a totem pole triangle here, another variation of a reverse triangle. This one is hard to defend the armbar in.
Did he
You have
switch
so much
arms?
leverage.
Is this a different arm or just a different view? He switched.
You see the angle on top of his head, it's too strong.
And there's the tap.
When you're totem poled like that on somebody with a triangle, you have all your body against just their arm isolated. It's really hard to defend that.
Wow, so a clean sweep for Buttersmooth. Match number 3 was sponsored by Loveleaf, your premium cannabis. And they all exit the cage. Combat